Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I'm merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards. Use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Look at that Wheel of Fortune. That's some really wonderful Jupiter energy. Major Arcana. Oh, and we've got the Devil card too. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. A lot of Major Arcana today. Before we get too far into this, if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments to this video. Okay, I read every comment. So let's finish up here with the Path of the Serpent. Wow, there's some really good energy, Scorpio. Really good energy. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And we're just going to leave it right over here. Yeah, that's just one card. Hopefully that'll tie everything together and, give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. So major. Little air, little water. Little earth, little water, fire. So we've got a good, interesting mix of stuff here. Really heavy on the Major Arcana. Pretty heavy on the water. And then we've got earth, air, fire, just as these single cards. So let's start with the Wheel of Fortune, obviously. You are experiencing, or this week, I think, in the next 7 days, whenever you're watching this, whatever time of the year, whatever day it is right now as you're watching this, this is good for the next 7 days, okay? So it starts now. You're experiencing a really, I think, intense expansion of your energy, of your reach, of your purpose. Whatever you're doing now, whatever you have been doing, I feel like it's gonna multiply. It's gonna grow like exponentially, okay? In a good way. If you're running a business, you're gonna double, triple, quadruple your profits, your revenue, your production. If we're focused on a relationship, if your question, if what you have in your mind right now is a relationship, which it might be, there's a strong relationship with something or someone, right? If that's what we're talking about, you're going to see a real growth and expansion of a deepening of that connection, okay? This Jupiter energy is a very generous energy. Right, this is the old relative that just has so much money, doesn't know what to do with it all, so just wants to give some to you, wants to give a lot to you, right? They don't care, they don't need it. It's coming your way, right? That's Jupiter. Jupiter has a good time seeing other people prosper. Jupiter has a really good time giving things to people, being generous, right? Sometimes there's a catch. It doesn't seem like there's really any kind of a catch-22 here at all. It seems like whatever you're working on, if you're focused on a career, a business, a relationship, a creative project, this week, the next 7 days, expect Jupiter to come in and basically give you some bags full of money or whatever it is that you need right now, right? Very generous providing is coming. Jupiter's all about growth and expansion, right? Jupiter is that kind of, the unseen investor, right? Shadow investor or whatever they're called. This is almost going to seem like it comes from nowhere, but we know that's not true because we know that you've been doing the work, okay? You've been working very hard to make this thing a success, and all we really need is a little bit of grace from Jupiter to give us that expansion, right? To bump us up to that next level. This is the investment, the infusion of cash or resources or abundance that's going to allow you to continue doing the work to make this thing just astronomical. Okay, astronomical. And we see this cluster. This is a real cluster of major arcana energy. So I feel like going forward into the future, there's going to be some challenges, right? You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to be smart and discerning. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to love hard. You're going to have to stay committed. You're going to have to be in charge and make decisions. We see all of that going this way. But what we've got right now, like yesterday and today, is all of this major arcana energy clustered right here. Okay? So, I'm getting a K name here somewhere. I'm getting a K sound. Could be a C or a K, like the hard K. I don't know if that has something to do with the business, the relationship, or whatever we're working on right now. But I'm getting that hard K name. Maybe that K name is this kind of secret investor, or maybe Jupiter is manifesting as an actual, flesh and blood person that's going to give you just what you need to carry your work to the next level. Okay. I don't like speaking of planetary energies or of these abstract things without finding a way to really translate it into, okay, that's great, but what's going to happen in my life in this horizontal world? Okay? Well, the recent past is this Chariot card. Okay? So I think maybe you have recently done some traveling in relation to this work. Right? And again, I don't know if this is something in your private life or your professional life, your creative life, your love life, I don't know. But I feel like you've just maybe returned from kind of a round of traveling. And I think that you've been trying to, maybe you've been traveling, meeting with investors, meeting with other associates, other businesses, collaborators, right? Colleagues that could give you the network that you need in order to really blast this thing off. Okay? I feel like this wasn't a pleasure trip. I feel like this was a business trip. Okay? There was a purpose. I think you enjoyed yourself while you were traveling, but there was a point to it all. And I think that was in some way to either set up deals or negotiate or network in some way. Okay? And this card is also telling me that you've done a lot of preparatory work. You've had your attention on every detail. You've tried to do things just by the book. You've tried to do things the right way, follow all of the blueprints, all of the plans, all of the kind of like the regulations, right? You've tried to really just kind of stay focused and do things the proper way. Okay, to build whatever this is, to do this work. Okay, so very traditional kind of. You've stuck with what's been tried and true, what's been tested before by other people, and you've come so far doing that, right? But what we need now is a little bit of innovation. We need this solar light. We need this light of creativity. This is that great idea. This is kind of a light bulb over your head, see? And this is giving you something that no one else has, right? This is you really pushing the boundaries of whatever this work is. And this is the inspiration. This is your creativity. This is the light of what is uniquely you. Okay? You've done everything by the book. You've tried to really take care of this thing. It's like your baby, right? and you've taken it quite far on your own, doing what is kind of traditional or expected or by the book, you know. But now we're really looking to take it to the next level with this innovation, with this creativity. Now you can do something unique. Now that you've built a foundation, right? You've taken this thing so far in the kind of expected traditional way. Now it's time to really get crazy. Now it's time to really experiment, be creative, do something out of the box, do something no one else has thought of before. Because you have that creativity. This Sun card's right at the top of the path of the dove here. This is something that's right, it's right on your mind. This is front and center for you. You've got ideas. You know what you want to do. You've got something here no one else has. But what you need is that investment. You need that grace. You need that generosity from that Jupiter energy to give you the opportunity, right? You've got the ideas. You just need the means to fulfill these ideas. You know what I mean? And I think that's coming. That Jupiter energy is right here, front and center. So is this Devil card. So is this Devil card. I think with the generosity, with the infusion of this cash or this resource, this abundance, whatever it is that's going to give you the opportunity, give you the means to manifest your creativity, your ideas, your innovation. That, by receiving that, by agreeing to that, are you sacrificing any of your authority over this? I think there's the one warning here. If there is any kind of a warning in any of this, it is to not sell your control for whatever this person is offering you. Don't give up your creative control over this. Don't sell the rights, okay? Don't let them buy 51% of you, okay? And I think that's the warning here with this Devil energy. Are you going to then be beholden to this person? Are you going to be responsible to them? Are you going to owe them? Are they now going to assume that they have control over what you do, over your creativity? We hear about that so often. Someone sells the rights to their art, their music or something, and now suddenly the record company has a say over what kind of music they make, or they can, edit the lyrics or that kind of BS, right? I don't like that kind of stuff. But I think that's one caution from these two cards together like this. You're going to receive something. Maybe there is that catch. That you have to be careful not to kind of sell your soul to that person or sell the rights to your creativity, like I said. Okay. On top of that, though, this Devil energy is also saying that, look, you've got a lot of mountain left to climb in this, right? You've done a lot of traveling. You've made a lot of progress already with that Chariot card. Don't think you're done yet. There's a lot more mountain to climb. And the good news is that the mountain, it's a pretty nice mountain. There's a lot of sunshine up there. It feels good. It's warm weather. It's a nice sunny day at the top of Mount Everest. The weather is good, right? You're getting an all clear from the mountain to say, come on up. Keep climbing. So this is your endurance and your ambition. You can really make this climb. And yes, we all sometimes need a little bit of luck, right? And that's that Jupiter energy. The Jupiter is that kind of luck. It's luck that doesn't really feel like luck, right? It feels like destiny. We all need a little bit of that sometimes. Okay, and I don't care what you're doing. I hope you leave me some comments. I'm curious what you're doing. I'd like to know that you were here, that you watched this reading. Leave me a comment. Let me know if it's resonating with you. Let me know if it's not. Okay? I'm open to both. I enjoy receiving any kind of criticism or comments that might be helpful or constructive to me, right? It keeps me growing. It keeps me in this devil energy, trying to always do better, climb higher, right? And I think that's what you're working on too, and I think you're ready to do that. I think we need this Jupiter energy in order to give us the supplies that we need, let's say, to climb up this mountain. And at the top of the mountain is pure creative license and freedom and innovation. This is your unique genius. This is your opportunity to express your unique genius. Okay. Now, those are the major arcana. Those are the major arcana. Now we start with some of these pip cards. All right, pip cards. Two of Swords. The one thing about you is that sometimes you can't choose between two equally beautiful paths, right? And sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's okay to not jump to a decision, not rush into something, okay? This is you kind of being of two minds. You have two directions that you could go. Maybe one direction is not accepting this generosity, not accepting this incoming Jupiter energy, right? Maybe the contract doesn't look that good to you. On the other hand, this is you knowing that this could facilitate you reaching that sun energy at the very top of the mountain, that creative license and freedom, your ability to fully express your creativity. So maybe there are still some decisions to make, and you still have to have a rational mind about things and see that there are a couple of different paths before you. And that needs to be looked at and needs to be decided. What we've got in the immediate future, and this is the way forward, and I think it really is going to rely on this Two of Swords, is this Seven of Cups. Okay? Sometimes things could look too good to be true. Sometimes they are too good to be true. Sometimes that is just our kind of unconscious fear. Like in some ways we want this to not be true because it's going to be just so much work. It's going to be overwhelmingly joyful for one thing. I mean, it's going to be the most exciting thing that's ever happened, right? So sometimes we look at this as if maybe, are we looking at this properly? Do we have rose-colored glasses on? Are we seeing what we want to see, or is this really it? Is this really happening? Is this really something that's manifesting right before my eyes? Well, that's where this Two of Swords needs to kind of creep and say, hey, I'm here. I'm over here. You can utilize this mental energy. Try to see things from different angles, right? If you think something's too good to be true, sometimes, yes, it is. You need to look at it closely. Read the fine print. Don't sign your life away on a contract before you look at it twice, get your neighbor to look at it, maybe even a lawyer. So you can see if what is appearing before you is what it seems to be, or if you need to kind of slice your way through some of this Seven of Cups to see things for what they actually are rather than for what you want them to be. Okay? I'm not trying to rain on your parade. This is just common sense, right? Most of these readings are just common sense. Okay? Now, going through this swampy kind of perception, we get to the path of the serpent. Now, before I do this, I want to say that these tarot cards are always correct. Okay? We never will pull an incorrect card. We'll never pull the wrong card. But sometimes, as the interpreter, I'm not always sure how to associate each of these cards directly to your circumstances, and that's why I ask you to use your own intuition. Connect with the images and the energies that we see here and apply them to your life, right? In whatever way feels right to you, even if what I'm saying is completely different or wrong. I probably am. That's why I say you're the most important part of this tarot reading. Okay? Now, this is a really good one. This is the 6 of Pentacles, discs, coins, diamonds, wheels. This is one thing, the wheel, that says all of your chariot work is paying off. This is saying that all of this Jupiter energy, this wheel, is paying off. This is saying that your activation of your creative genius is going to manifest and it's going to pay off. This is the 6 of discs, material success, right? This is a lot of hard work that has now become like a well-oiled machine. This is everything in such an alignment that it's greater than the sum of its parts, right? All of your planets are in alignment. Now, the thing about the 6 is it's the hexagram, right? There's 6 points here. What does the hexagram represent in astrology? But it represents the 7 planets. 7, you say? Because the sun is in the middle. The sun is what's giving that brightness. The sun, if you look really closely, is that rose cross at the middle. You can kind of see it. It's the same rose cross that's on the back of the card. And that is your creative genius that's now given the means, the embodiment of materialization, of manifestation. That is this sun energy. The sun is the spiritual light finding physical form. Okay? So your creative genius, your spirit, is going to find material form, physical form. And that's the 6 of discs. And that's the mode. That's your general energy over here. That's where you're kind of beginning the rest of your life, from that starting point. That's good. That's real good. And now, what we're manifesting in our environment, all love. Pure joy, pure love. This seems really good. The Ace of Cups. This is the source of all of your fulfillment, the source of your creativity, the source of your genius. This is the spiritual waters from which you dip your cup and nourish yourself. This is love and fertility and beauty and joy and pleasure all around you, within you, and in your environment. This thing feels really good. Okay? And these are your loved ones, your relationships with other people, your relationships with yourself, with this industry, with this work that you're doing. You're not going to be exhausting your creative genius. This is an infinite pool. This is an infinite pool, and it's going to feel like it just keeps coming and just keeps like pouring out of you. This creativity, this love, this passion, this desire to keep creating, and this intense satisfaction and fulfillment that you're going to feel thereby. This is a really great reading. There's really strong energy for you. The one fear, worry, concern we have here, the 4 of Cups. The only thing that I can say really about this card in this position is that maybe over time you're going to kind of feel like all of this pleasure and all of this success has just become too routine, right? That maybe you're worried that you're going to get bored of all of this success and excitement and creative expression. If that could be so. I mean, maybe, right? I think as human beings, we could get bored of anything that becomes too routine. You know? That just becomes the same. Even if it's an insanely, astronomically, outrageously successful routine, it's still a routine. And this is the one thing that we're concerned about, getting bored of all of this work, all of this creativity, getting bored of the same routine, essentially, right? What we see next, I think, is kind of the remedy of that. And that's the 2 of Wands. This is your creative decision making. This was your kind of your rational thinking. Okay, what choice do I need to make that, to make sure I'm not like shooting myself in the foot, This is now, you've got this authority. You're going to reach such a level of prominence and eminence and success that you now have the choice of which creative direction to take. You're getting too bored, things are getting too routine, switch it up. flip the script. Do something different. Do something different. You have creative control. This is your world now. If you want to do something completely different, you want to do country western music, go ahead. Right? You want to start doing some Bob Ross painting, go ahead. Because you have that freedom, you have that control to express your creative genius in any way that you choose. And that's how you're going to avoid this stagnation, this boredom. Do something that excites you. We see it every day with creatives who just one day, they do something nobody expected. People are shocked. They probably lose a lot of fans, sure. But it doesn't really matter because they're gaining more. It doesn't matter. They're switching things up. They're doing something nobody expected because it's fun for them. That's how they keep their creative genius engaged. That's how they keep this water flowing rather than just kind of pooling in one place. You know. Let's go to this mystery card. I'm getting kind of a chill here. This is I'm really excited about this. I hope you'll let me know what you're working on because I want to be able to say that, you know, that I gave you a tarot reading when you were still starting out. You know what I mean? I want to say that I've been there from the beginning. I think that'd be cool. What is the mystery card going to be? Could be some more water energy, though I don't think it is. The one thing that we are missing here is the court cards. Not a single court card. I wonder if this is going to be the court card because a lot of the time we see all of this wonderful energy in a reading. But without the actual people here, it's just a fun scenario. We need action. We need somebody here doing these things, right? We need a person. So we need a court card here. I think this is going to be a court card. I think it's probably going to be, we ended with fire, water. So maybe it's going to be some fire, water kind of court card. Because we need that player, right? We have the board all set up, the board game. All of the pieces are in place, but we don't have any players. So we need at least one player here, right? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's fire and water too. That's the Knight of Cups. Fire of water. Fire of water. So this is you, essentially, right? And you're Scorpio, you're a water sign, so that works with the Knight of Cups. But this is you really engaged in this work. This is now you're a player on the board. We've set up the board for you. We've set up this scenario. Now you're activating it. Now you're taking part in it. Now you're an active player. You know, Ready Player One. You know, I've never seen that movie. Everyone says it's really good. I've not seen it. What do you think? Do you like that one? I'm opening this up to movie recommendations because I've had a hard time finding something enjoyable to watch. You know, so if you've seen any good movies, let me know. But now you're the player in this game. And I think that was the missing piece. I think this is not so much the confirmation, but it's the missing piece of the puzzle for this reading. And this is you now, engaged actively in this world that you've set up for yourself. I think through some very intense preparation. A lot of hard work has already gone into this. Okay, and I think you have a lot more hard work to come, but I think it's going to be astronomically successful. I really do. And I'm really happy for you, Scorpio. We have some of the most amazing readings together, don't we? I really feel like we do. What we're going to do now is the extended. So if you want to stick around for that, and I encourage you to do so, click on the link that's right up here, and that'll open up all of the extended readings for you. Okay, not just for Scorpio, but for all of the signs. So you can watch your other placements, and you can have the extendeds for those readings as well. Okay. I want to thank you so much for letting me read for you today. This was your weekly reading on Dove and Serpent Tarot.